Hi, my dear children. I am going to teach you volume and surface area of solids from this video lesson, and you will have 10 marks for your O-level exam if you watch this video fully. Okay, let us start then. First of all, I will recall your knowledge about cube. Imagine this cube has side of A, then to get the volume you need to multiply length into breadth into height. As you know already, length into breadth means area, so I can take it as area of the bottom. Now I would substitute length into breadth as area of the bottom, and you have to remember this formula, because using this formula you can find the volume for the next solids also, upcoming solids also. Then keep this in your mind to find out the surface area of this solid. As you can see, there are 6 squares in here, so you know how to get the area for a square. You have to multiply that answer by 6. For a cuboid, now you can use the same formula, that is volume equals area of the bottom into height, to get volume. To get area, there are 3 pairs of rectangles, so you have to find the area of each rectangles and you can multiply by 2. Here, like this, there's a rectangle, breadth as B and length as L. You can find out the area for that one and multiply it by 2. Then you have to add that answer for this rectangle, which has the breadth as A and length as L. Then you have to multiply it by 2 again. Then finally there is another rectangle, the breadth as B and length as A. Again you have to do the same thing. That means you have to find out the area and multiply it by 2. Then if you add all these rectangles, you can easily get the surface area of this cuboid. Okay, let us move on to the next one, that is cylinder. For a cylinder also you can use the same equation which I have given to you now, volume equals area of the bottom into height, but luckily you are given the formula of volume at the exam only for cylinder. Now as you can see, the bottom is like a circle, so you know how to find out the area for a circle. You have to multiply it with height. So I have given you only one formula to remember to get all the volumes of all the solids. Now to get area, if you look at this carefully, there are 2 circles, so you can find out the area for one circle and you have to multiply it by 2. And there is a label like thing. It is like a label of the cylinder, so if you remove the label you will be able to see there is a rectangle. So length we can take it as 2 pi r, because this label is placed around a circle. So the breadth as h. Now it is a rectangle. You can use the same formula that you use for to find out the area of a rectangle, length into breadth. Then it will be 2 pi r into h. For a prism, if you held it vertically, and the bottom will be this triangle, the perpendicular height is h, then the base will be b, length will be l, then volume equals area of the bottom into height. So in here, if you have to keep this prism vertically, so the area of the bottom will be a triangle, area of a triangle into height means you have to multiply with L. Then to find out area, as you can see, there are two triangles, which is the perpendicular height is h and the base is b. Then you have to multiply it by 2. That means after you found the area of a one triangle, you can multiply that answer by 2. And there are three rectangles. B, if the triangle is equilateral, then length will be b, then length will be l. So you know the formula to find out the area of a rectangle, so you have to multiply length into breadth. For a pyramid, the perpendicular height of this pyramid is, let us take it as capital H. So volume equals area of the bottom into height. But that formula is for regular solids. But this one is not a regular solid. So therefore you can multiply this same equation by 1/3. So there's nothing to remember. You have to remember only one equation, that is volume equals area of the bottom into height. If the solid is not regular, you have to multiply it by 1/3. The area of the bottom means a square, so you can find it easily. Then you have to multiply with the capital H. That means perpendicular height of the solid. Then to find out the surface area, as you can see in this figure, there are four triangles. Let us take the perpendicular height of one triangle is as simple h and the base as b. So if you know how to find out the area of a triangle, then you can multiply that answer by 4. Plus there's another square which has a length of b. Then for a cone also, it is not a regular solid. Let us take the perpendicular height as h, simple h, and the radius as r. So volume equals area of the bottom into height. As I told you before, you have to remember that thing. Because this is not a regular solid, you have to multiply it 1/3. Then here area of the bottom means a circle, so you can find the area of the circle, multiply with the simple h, that is the perpendicular height of the solid. Then to find out the surface area of this solid, that means for the cone, there is a circle and it is in the bottom, so you can use 5r squared to find out the area for that circle. And for the curved surface, there is nothing to know, but you have to remember a simple formula, that is pi RL. You have to keep that in your mind because it will not be given to you at the exam. So phi RL to find out the curved surface area of the curved surface. So in here L means the slant height, that is this one. Okay, for the next one, sphere. If the radius is r, then you have to remember volume equals 4/3 pi r cube. Luckily you are given that equation at the exam. To area, you have to remember that area equals 4 pi r squared. You have to remember that. For a hemisphere, if the radius is r, you know the formula for volume, that is 4/3 pi r cube. As this is a half of the sphere, then you can multiply it by half. Then when you simplify that thing, you will receive the answer as 2/3 pi r cube. To find out the surface area of this solid, 4 pi r squared is the equation for sphere. Then as this is half of the sphere, you can multiply it by half. Plus there is another surface that is above, that is a circle, so you have to add another 5r squared to find out the surface area of the hemisphere. Then when you simplify this answer, you will receive the answer as 3 5r squared. Keep that in your mind. Okay, let us move on to a question then. As I have told you in my previous videos, please hold the video, that means pause the video for a second and try to write all the answers for this question. I won't read the question for you because it will take time. Just read the question and try to write the answer by yourself. Then thereafter again play the video. Check your answers whether they are correct or wrong. Okay, to find out the answer for this question, I suggest you to draw a figure by reading the question. A right circular cylindrical vessel, radius is 7 cm and height is 15 cm, and it is filled with water up to a height of 10 cm. Now they ask you to find out the volume of the water. So in my previous videos also I have given you a method, that is identify the figure, put the correct formula, substitute correct values, then there's nothing to worry, you will have the answer easily. Here identify the figure, this is a cylinder, put the correct formula, area of the bottom into height, area of the bottom means a circle, so we can multiply 5r squared into h. Now for the third step we have to substitute the correct values. 22/7 as 5 and r as 7 into 7 and h as 10, because we have to find out the volume of the water, not the cylinder. So you should take the height as 10. Then when you simplify, you will have the answer as easily 1540 cubic centimeters. Don't forget the unit, that is cubic. Then for the second question, read the question properly and try to draw a figure. In here the radius is a, so identify the figure, that is a sphere. So I'm going to put the correct formula, find out the volume of a sphere, 4/3 cube, that is the correct formula. Third step is to substitute the values. Because they have asked you to show some values, no need to substitute 5 in here. Keep that in your mind. If they have asked you to show some kind of thing, then do not substitute values for 5. Just write 5 as 5. Okay, for the third step I'm going to substitute 4/3, 5 as 5. R has been changed as a cube, that is volume of a sphere. But we need 18 spheres in here. If you read the question correctly, then here we need 18 spheres. So now I'm going to find out volume of 18 spheres. I have the answer for one sphere already, 4/3 5a cube. To find out 18 spheres, I'm going to multiply it by 18. Then when you simplify, the answer will be 24 5a cube. Do not substitute 5. Then they have mentioned another cylindrical thing. So to identify the figure, I have drawn that thing, 7 cm as the radius and height as h in here. If you read the question, you can identify this thing correctly. Try to identify what you need. Identify the figure first of all, then put the correct formula. Volume of a cylinder is 5r squared into h. Do not substitute value for 5. The radius is 7 into 7 into h. Then it will be 49 5h. Now all these spheres have been put into the cylinder, the water rises up. So according to the Archimedes law, we can say that these two volumes are equal. So I can write it like this: 49.5h equals 24.5a cube. Then when you subject h, 49.5 goes to the right side, then it will be a division. 5 to 5 is cancelled, then 24 over 49a cube is the answer. So if you were able to do this question without looking at these answers, that means you could have done 2008 O-level second part paper. Okay, let us move on to another question. The following diagram shows how a cylindrical hole is drilled through a cubical solid. Find the surface area of remaining solid, including the curved surface of the cylindrical hole. So there is a cubical solid and the height is 20 cm, breadth is 20 cm as it is a cube, length is 20 cm. Then and it is drilled through a cubical cylindrical hole. The radius of the cylinder is 7 cm. To find out the surface area, we have to find out area of one square. As there are 6 squares in here, first of all we have to find out one square. So area of a square is length into breadth. 20 into 20, it will be 400 square centimeters. But there are 6 squares in here. We have to find out the value for 6 squares by multiplying the answer by 6. Then it will be 2400 square centimeters. Then there are 2 circles in here. First of all, I have found one circle. Area of a circle as 5r squared. Then I have substituted the correct values and I have gained the answer as 154 square centimeters. As there are 2 circles, then we have to multiply it by 2. And area of the curved surface we have to find out using 2πrh, which I have given to you previously. Then when you substitute the correct values, then you will have the answer as 880. Now to find out the total surface area, we have to add 880, that is the curved surface area, and we have to subtract 308. Those are the area of 2 circles by 2400, which is the area of 6 squares. Then if you did this simplification correctly, you will have the answer as 2972 square centimeters. As I told you before you play this video, if I have given you a question, it is better if you can pause the video and try to do the question by your own. Now if you have done this question properly, that means you could have done 2002 oral paper. Okay, don't forget the method which I have given to you. First of all, try to draw a figure to identify the figure. For the second one, put the correct formula. For the third one, substitute correct values. Okay children, I hope now you have understood a method to follow, and I hope you will have the answers for this question easily. Let us meet you again by an interesting lesson like this. Ayubowan all of you.